Howdy guys, it's Jordan Locke here. Welcome back. Today I want to discuss the reason to action model, more specifically a particular portion, but I want to talk about how it was proposed in 1975 initially by Fishbein and Eisen, probably not pronouncing that correctly, briefly extended in 1991 by Eisen, and then the theory was sort of completely revamped, modernized, whatever you want to call it, in about 2010 or so. The main section of this has it has 5 different sections. These sections include the attitude toward behavior, perceived norm, perceived behavioral control, behavioral intention, and behavior itself. This theory posits a very strange idea that people are rationally and deliberately acting and when they decide to perform certain behaviors. Now, I'm going to do a particular focus today on perceived norms, specifically injunctive norms. And as we focus on the real life application of this, I want to talk about it like definitionally. So, perceived norms have to do with social pressure. So we're looking at what revolves around performing a specific action. These perceived norms, and specifically injunctive norms, relate to following the beliefs of a significant other, so someone who's important in your life, who's important to you, following their beliefs, based off of your perceptions and assumptions. So a lot of people can base their lives not only in the expectations that others lay on us, but also the perceptions of those expectations. So that means that these expectations aren't always, correct. They can be wrong, they can be right, they can be partially wrong. And I want to actually give you an example. I had an interaction with my parents recently where I had assumed that they knew me, my personality, and what to expect of me. So in this particular case, I was forced to watch a televangelist. And I won't name any specifics here, but I have a very critical and argumentative personality. If you've seen my posts, Jordan Locke, you'll know. Look, I'm very critical. I had assumed that based on my perception how to act, I based that that they knew who I was as a person, and I acted accordingly. So what this resulted to was what amounts to a shouting match between me and my parents about open-mindedness, which was ironic. Right? They told me to be open-minded, and the guy was saying that. Anyway, so the point is the specifics don't matter. The point is, I acted according to my expectations and my assumptions and perceptions of what they expected of me, but I was wrong. So the conclusion here, and what I really want to draw from this, is that we cannot solely rely on our own perceptions when we decide how to act. Now, in the context of this theory, it allows many points and components that sort of leverage off of each other. So what that means is that there's much more to our decision making than one subpoint of a theory, and I agree with this theory for the most part. Now, people acting logically and rationally, maybe not so much, but on the whole, I think this has a lot to offer. As far as the decision-making process, the reason to action. There's a reason. It might not make sense, but there's always a reason for a behavior, and I like that a lot. And if you want to take away a sort of chintzy, tongue-in-cheek sort of lesson from all this, in the future, when in doubt, don't engage people in politics or religion, because you never know how they're going to act. And thanks you guys for stopping by. I always appreciate y'all listening to what I have to say. And I hope you all take care and have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.